Welcome back to episode 7. Little catch up. I've made some small adjustments and kind of missed it off camera, just getting it started. So in the north, as we finished our last game, we had basically the Westerlands, which we'll see if this holds up. He does like us because we sent him a Valyrian sword, and we did get my daughter out of prison, and he hasn't disinherited, or none of my grandchildren have disputed heritage. So as of right now, things are looking okay with the Westerlands. Of course, the Vale joined us because he also married one of our daughters. And now the North, and this happened off camera, but just to let y'all know, the North actually had the grandson Roderick. So as you know, our best friend, or our friend King Torrhen the Noble, who is getting elderly, he's poor. His son and the future king of the North is Brandon, and his son, also a future king, is Roderick. Roderick is betrothed via a grand wedding to our daughter, Prince Dana. So this is really exciting. And the king in the North is hosting a feast in Winterfell. And story-wise, we think that this feast is really to, because we are the, if we look at the feast, we are actually, if we were to be able to go to his feast, he has made us the guest of honor. And that makes a lot of sense because he has asked to marry his daughter. So we are traveling to this feast that will precede the grand wedding. Additionally, our daughter Dana, who is the one getting married, is actually going with us. So she is going to meet Roderick, her future husband, and help establish this diplomacy. So this is really exciting for us, right? This is really cool stuff. But you know, before we get started, I would like to thank our sponsor, who again is me. I'm the sponsor once again. I made this different ad because we're getting fancy. And like I said, these will be shorter. I've got this great book on Amazon. Book 1, so the series is Terra in the Cosmos. Book 1 is out, Jet. It's available on Amazon. I've got another book, My Neighbor the Werewolf. It's available. I've got another book, fantasy book, coming up soon called Dream Police, about it's a buddy cop novel about two brothers who are elves who police the dream world, specifically the dreams of children and teenagers. So be on the lookout for that, and thank you for any support you throw my way. And of course, if you like to read, they're good cheap books, so go enjoy yourself. All right, let's get back to the game. So we are let's go ahead and just unpause and let's slow down a little bit. We are going north. Of course, there's Harrenhal that we burned to the ground. And oh, why is she beat up? Anyway, it looks like we gave this to the Corys, and he died from his wounds, and his daughter took over, and she is also wounded. That is no good. So we're going north. What else do we have here? You can change Lord Valar's contract. This is Wings Pass. This is realistically, this is one of the new Westerosi Valyrians we put in power. So let's actually go ahead and do that. Let's get, we don't need all these levies, but we would like to have feudal taxes. So actually, in case he gets, he doesn't have title revocation. Okay, so we're gonna do that. That's fine. And Valyria's Doom needs a successor, so we can do that. Mavralo, and I think that's it. And of course, we can't do anything about too few spouses because we are widowed, because our younger sister and second wife Rhaenys died, and of course our brother Oris died, though his son Lord Paramount Daeron, who is betrothed to Atarth, is ruling and actually doing very good for us, and he is also our Master of Whispers. Okay, let's get back to our travel. We are currently traveling north. Someone else is traveling as well. It looks like we're following. I don't know who that is. Travel, a foreign treat. It's not the first time I catch my caravan leader, Gorjo, fiddling around with some flowers he's been picking along the road. Sometimes I'd swear I even hear him sighing, overlooking Sweet Willow's holding. My liege, it's not a secret that my heart has found a new home far from home. A new home far from home. All right. Alas, my soul aches for Brenna. My desire knows no end. Her eyes, her hair. I long for just a salute. You know what? She can come with us. I don't know who's out in front of us, but they are. Almost home. I've granted a cadre of Harrenhal notables an impromptu audience on the road, a few moments to pay their respects. I find myself distracted by Dana. My young daughter is acting as a translator for some companions, switching between languages and manners with nuance and ease, fostering a lively exchange. From what I gather, the girl is growing into something of a natural emissary, a talent to foster, for sure. I mean, that's great, right? So, let's see. Almost home. I've granted a cadre of... Okay, we'll continue to foster. It's the exact same thing, but okay. Travel, a duel demanded. An opposing man is standing on the road ahead of us. I am Oris of Helny. I have bested dozens of men in combat, and honestly, all those fights were dull. So here I am on this road looking for someone better than me, someone I can learn from. If you can beat me in combat, best me in combat, I will become a valuable and loyal servant. You might be less valuable after I win. Yeah, we will fight him. And he joined my court, and he's actually not very powerful. So it looks like we got a spy. I don't know what this glitching is. That is like, whew. Another spy. So many spies. Edwin is spying. Well, imprison him then. And you, my friend, get to go to the wall. Thank you for your gold. Thank you for your gold. Almost home. Yes, continue to foster her talent. Danger, sticks in the wheel. Bog, I hear Gorjo shout in panic. Soon thereafter, I hear a loud cracking sound, like that of wood breaking, or of my patience finally snapping. I step out on the mud to see the splintered remains of a wagon wheel. My wagon wheel. I'm sorry, my liege. It was my turn as lookout, and I fell asleep. We're delayed by 2 days. That's fine. I am told that nature is venerated here in Tussock as an extension of the will of the gods. We watch as the locals adorn an old tree and fine materials and jewelry as if they were courting it. Me and my entourage are satisfied to watch from a distance, but I feel compelled to do something more. Man, that's just fascinating. We'll watch. Farewell. I think we're getting close. Where are we at? Oh, we're down here. We're about to go through Moat Caitlin. The procession has ground to a halt a stone's throw away from Leaky Path. I look over to see my courtier Aegon dismounted and intently staring at something on the ground. The other entourage members have gathered around him. Aegon looks up as I approach. My lord, there's an ant path here. I may be a tad too superstitious, but you should never cross an ant path. My great-grandfather did, and he never returned home. You grow closer to forming a rivalry. How far away are we? When does it start? It doesn't start for 3 months. That's fine. We'll find another path. Okay, we continued on. We visited Moat Caitlin. Gained a little bit of experience. Oh, who's this? A Reachman. I've studied the Valyrian language for many moons. I personally penned this missive using the Valyrian script. A letter of friendship from a speaker of common. Impressive. The Hermit. A grotto emerges from the vegetation like a stone arch in a cathedral. On its entry, there's a small wooden table and a stall. Someone has left a lantern burning on it. Careful, my liege, Gorzo holds his arm up in front of my chest. There are bandits in these lands. You're quick to make accusations, a dimly illuminated figure stands in the entrance to the cave. I'm merely a hermit, and you, well, you carry the title of the king. A hermit would be a great addition to my entourage. I don't know why I would want him. we're just gonna ignore the hermit. So we are getting very close to arriving, and a custom event. Yeah, I did add a custom event for this because our story demands it. So this is a custom event I added, so let's read it. The King in the North. And we are flying north on our dragons, right? So, arriving on dragons ahead of the rest of my entourage, my friend King Torrhen of the North receives my wife, myself, and my daughter, Princess Diana, who is set to wed his grandson, the future Lord of Winterfell, Roderick Stark. I can see the awe in his eyes from behind the mask he wears to hide his disfigurement. Right, he is disfigured. As he welcomes my family and asks us to join him inside Winterfell's throne room. Once inside, and after my retainers arrive via the road north, the King in the North kneels, and to the shock of all but myself, pronounces, I, Torrhen Stark, King in the North and Defender of the Wall, relinquish the title my family has held for near 8,000 years, since the days of Bran the Builder. I pledge my banners to House Targaryen and to the fire of its dragons. May our song of ice and fire unite Westeros forever. Smiling, I answer him, I accept your pledge, and name you Lord Paramount of the North, a title you hold by the right of your blood and your honor. Let the feasts begin. So, we click this, and he is no longer the Emperor, the King of the North. He is now Lord Paramount of the North, and he has pledged his loyalty to King Aegon, which means that at this point, yeah, he is Lord Paramount, and this is very exciting, if we look at this, they are now a member of the Iron Throne. And now that we've landed and our entourage, and the feast begins, and look at that, we have connected through diplomacy all of the Iron Throne. So I will explore the famed Godswood, home of the Old Gods. I will explore the renowned crypts. Let's see. I will walk through and celebrate Glass Gardens. We'll do the Glass Gardens. I should study. Let's see. Walking into the Glass Gardens, I suddenly feel overdressed. The furs and cloaks I have worn to combat the briskness of the castle now feel far too hot in these glass houses. All around, copper pipes let out steam and hot air, which has been brought up from the deep under the earth. Rows upon rows of vegetables and other foods are grown, even in the coldest days of winter. And as I move further to the back, I can see the famed winter roses. Their pale blue petals are striking in appearance beyond any other rose I've ever seen. I should study the engineering. I unlocked the Glass Garden Duchy building. I gain a winter rose artifact. The Glass Gardens, or 17. Yeah, I'm going to unlock the building. Let's see if it actually unlocked it. Let's go to Entos. And we currently have the magisterial walls. If we were to rebuild, could we actually build the glass? Leisure attacks, crown, jousting, siege, Glass Gardens. Monthly prestige, supply limit, development growth, plague. We probably should have taken the rose, but that's fine. Let's see, he finished control in the Dragon Palace, which is at 100 now. So 100 control, 100 control. So now we're getting 4, 8, and 10. Look at the gold we're getting from the Dragon Palace. That's crazy. And then Bamsford is because of county control. Let's go ahead and get county control up in Bramsfort. And then, man, King's Landing is getting close. 11 months. All right, let's let this continue on. And now we have the feast. So we're in the feast. We toured the gardens. King Torrhen, our vassal and friend, has bent the knee. What a lovely time ahead of us. Uh-oh, we have a bug. We have a bug. 1 second. All right, I think I fixed the bug. We'll see. All right, so let's continue. All right, let's see. The bug is fixed, so that is good. All right, so Let's unpause this and continue going. 38 days, we'll speed this up because not a lot more is going on. Let's see if we need to actually be fabricating claims, right? Because now that we have all of this, I don't actually think we can declare war because we don't have promote legend, great deed for Kingdom of the North. Do we not have, we don't have any, you have no legend seeds. That's all right. We don't need legend seeds. We're our own legend, right? I don't know what that means, but sure. The flip of a coin. Yep. Princess Dana, 14. She could be crazy. I don't know. Every guest is gathered in the Great Hall, and our gracious host, Lord Torrhen, has welcomed us all to the feast. I look forward to this. It is such a joy to see my friend, Lord Torrhen. Once again, we eat, drink, and sing together as if no time has passed since we parted last. We could have been in a barn, or this would have still have been one of the greatest feasts I have ever been to. Have been dining in a barn. It's still great. You gain reinvigorating friendship for 5 years. Well, that's good. I wonder if he would want to be... I don't know if we could just make him our best friend, right? No... We'll have to get an event. Maybe we'll get an event from this, though. He did bend the knee. He did bend the knee. So, and we're allies. So everything is good. Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flickering torchlight plays off every wall. Light bouncing like laughter around the hall. Coordinating so many people and servants is an underappreciated task. One with no small degree of subtle difficulty to it. And it's pleasing to see it done well. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. This is where I want to be. Good folk to mingle with. A chance to be seen with the great and the good. We don't need to lose stress. Folks we'll do that. Make people like us more. After having spoken over dinner for a while, Brandon leans over to tell me that he finds it impressive how knowledgeable I am about so many different things. Well, thanks, Brandon. Lord Torrhen announced a slight delay to the serving of the food, and Mistress Selina looks ready to burst with frustration. In between grumbles from her stomach, I can hear grumbles of displeasure. She's making a fool of herself. You gain courteous guest for 5 years. Diplomacy, direct vassal opinion. I don't have a liege. Yep, we'll do that. Nice to be appreciated. We'll actually try to do befriend. Lord Brandon, because he's the future king. See if this can work. We only got 7 days. I probably waited too long. Your progress towards the Eagle Okay. Daylight pours through the windows, and in just one moment, the whole hall becomes illuminated. Most of the seats are now empty. Some servants hand me my weapons and take their leave with a cheery bow. What a pleasure it was to have you with us, Lord Torrhen smiles at me. What a feast. Before coming, I could have never imagined the exotic delicacies I would sample in my time in Lord Torrhen's halls. This was a feast I will never forget, but now I shall depart. Finish feast. And we leave. Hospitality for a day. The journey has been long and tiresome, and my feet ache so much that my ancestors must feel it. As I feel I'm about to collapse from exhaustion, I feel something heavy weigh on my neck. Before long, I am adorned from head to toe in traditional Northman garbs. The streets alive with jubilation. Every house head beacons me to come inside and rest my weary laurels. It would only take a moment to regain my stamina, and I would be welcomed as the guest of honor. Northern hospitality is legendary. Can I really afford not to see it? Just a short rest. Yeah, we'll do this. Travel, strong bonds. While passing through the villages of Windy Stand, I spend some time talking to the locals. One thing that stands out is their intense loyalty to their liege. One villager talks with such a passion that I would think they were describing a love rather than their ruler. I should talk with him and learn more. Reduce the cost of establishing the loyal subjects, loyal soldiers tradition. Vassals of this culture do not consider differing faith or culture when joining factions. Vassals of this culture will often learn the tongue of their liege. Learn language game. Oh, very cool. I will make my subjects loyal attitudes for 5 years. Yeah, we'll do that. The Admirable Captain. We stopped to rest one night at a tavern, and while I'm sitting in the corner peacefully enjoying some barrowman music, the door barges open and a large silhouette appears. A captain swaggers in, and the atmosphere immediately changes. The people bow their heads in reverence. Some swoon, and the barkeep immediately pours the apparently famous captain free drinks. Is being a captain really so special here? Martial admiration. I can be like that if I trained. Yeah, I mean, good for them. I'm gonna keep training hard. 47. Wow. The Crenogman storytellers of Drenchway are greatly renowned, and when I finally meet them, they don't disappoint. We spend many hours sitting around the fire listening to their stories, and it is a true joy to hear them speak. I shall encourage more storytelling at home. If you like stories, you'll love this one. Told good stories. Go do that. As I walk down the halls of the manor in Ironwater, Patrick turns to me. They say this is part of the estate is haunted, my lord. I hesitantly look around. The hall is a bit darker than I would have expected, candles flickering at their post. When we stop at the old dining hall, Patrick turns to me again, this time with a grin. Would you like a tour of the haunted manor? Sure. I am very brave. Why wouldn't I? We're walking down a dark and deserted hallway. The few furnishings we come across are all covered up with sheets, adding to the ghostly atmosphere. Was that a rat? I hurry to catch up to my entourage. Patrick turns to face us, squinting as he utters the words, and through here, my lords and ladies. Now, what's this nook over here? Is you're brave. I'm out of here. What's this over here? Why did I gain a stress level? That's weird. I fumble in the darkness, doing my best to ignore the slight sense of panic that the darkness invokes in me. I hurry through the next doorway trying to find the group, and suddenly a large dark shape comes swooshing down on top of me. I let out a shriek of surprise. When I come to my senses, I find the group standing in the room I just entered. Patrick has trouble breathing through the laughter. He points at me. My lord, did you have a good time? You knave! Gains the trait wounded. Lord Lorimus loses 20%. You spend 150, you lose 20 dread. See, I'm brave, authoritative, diligent, and ambitious. I'm gonna whack him over the head. Go for a ride. We ride as we're going. Very nice. The womb of the earth. The fields of Claybend are a sight to behold. Every crop in bloom, every leaf green, every stem luscious. I quickly track down the source of the verdancy, spotting a man standing in a field, seemingly holding a lecture of some sort to a gathering of listeners. My name is Master Bellos. He notices me in the distance and turns my direction. My knowledge of gardening is vast, yet incomparably vast. So stay a while and then listen. Color me intrigued. 50%, we get Gardener, and we got Gardener. Stewardship is up, stress gain is down. Very nice. What is our stewardship at? 22. The Metal Man. Truly, I stroll through Glassly as a gift from Balerion. The tranquility of this place is suddenly and abruptly broken by the furious grunts and clattering of armor. Hark, get me out of this metal prison. My squire took offense at my manner, even going so far as to call me heartless, and has abandoned me. Whatever this strange man did could not have been enough. Consider the armor gone. I mean, it's not very good. Nah, that's fine. I'll let him out. Journeying through Farmwell, I pass by a peculiar-looking tent, splayed open with yet more peculiar-looking occupants inside. Come in, Almighty King. I can tell you have many miles to go, and I can offer you a reading of your future travels for a modest price. The strange man has piqued the interest of my entourage. But am I willing to pay for a reading? I am not interested. At long last, I am finally home. My regency has ended. Very nice. Alright. Oh, we're so close. 4 months left on this. Speed up a little bit. Let's go actually and see what we can do. So I don't think we can declare war. Declare war. We can only conquer duchy. Now we could though conquer the free cities themselves, right? What am I missing here? Oh, I guess we can't actually conquer the main duchy. That's unfortunate. Declare war, conquer duchy. And kind of get everything but the main duchy. We'd have to get a claim on it. Same thing with lease. Maybe we start conquering the stepstones. We could conquer this stuff up here, I believe. Declare war. Town on Godford? That doesn't make any sense. Conquer duchy. We could take all of that. We could start conquering that. We could also move north, though, I think. What if we declared war here? We could take Walrus Bay. I think that we start taking north of the wall. That's what I think. All right. So we're very close here. 85 days. You can see some stuttering because my computer isn't amazing, but that's okay. My quality improved. Yeah, 5 speed is a little hard. Ooh, watch this. And we're about to... And there we go. We finished the Red Keep. So that now we are going... So we have to have the 7 gates to be able to upgrade again. So let's go down to the 7 gates. And then this... We need 402 more gold. All right, that is fine. We don't have any gold, but we'll get gold quickly. But we're currently building, we're upgrading the blacksmiths, which will get us 4% more holding taxes. And then in King's Landing, we're building the 7 King's Landing, which will get us holding taxes 5 years. And then we'll be able... Once we get 3,000 gold, we can build the dragon pit. I can't build this. You do not have any available buildings. This should become buildable soon. Visinius Hill should be able to build this special building once these things get built. Just like we can here. All right, so while that's building, let's go ahead. I know what I want to do. I want to take... I don't think you could declare war. No. Nothing we can do there. We can't claim this either. Restore runes. Restoring ruins is an arduous, expensive, some dangerous endeavor. Are you sure you want to begin undertaking the restoration process? Sure. And then we'll grant that to just a warden. That's fine. And then... see, Skagos. I mean, grant vassal. No. The grant vassal. We'll grant that to him. Yeah, we don't want that. All right, so I think that we're going to launch from here, though. We basically built this to be able to have a forward launching spot to invade these folks. So we're going to declare war, conquer duchy, and then Military, rally point. And then... Or do we want to launch from the north? We may want to launch from the north. Well, we can't launch from the north, right? Because we have our rules. We have our roleplay rules. We have to launch. We have to raise our army in King's Landing. So this will take a second. Of course, a lot of people joined the war. Vassals joined. Very nice. I forgot to control click. That's okay. Another one of my many rivals has died. Bay of Seals. Oh, that's not going to help him. Probably should have declared multiple wars, but this is our first, and then we're going to also go to organize army. That actually doesn't help us very much. Yes, 2,000 men. I don't need all those soldiers, so we're gonna wait. Marshal perk. We'll go number of captains. Okay, we'll do this, and then we're going to split off a new army, and we're going to split off our levies. Oh my gosh, it's so many levies. Take this down to 10,000. We only need 10,000. There we go. We have our dragons. Oh, we need to split off Meraxes because he no longer has a rider. Some folks asked, you know, that's just how we're doing the story. I just don't want to kind of worry about like making sure my kid's in the army and all that sort of stuff. You know, this isn't going to be a super long series, and once dragons are in, we can do this quote the right way. You know, this is just a little bit of fun. But we're definitely not. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is crazy. Wait, we're marching? I guess so. I guess it was still cheaper and faster the march. They're getting defeated, unfortunately. We've made it into the north. Dana comes of age. Very nice. Ooh, bellows are constructed. Very good. Sorry about jumping around. It's popping around on me. Let's go up here. We're getting defeated. This is supposed to be a grand wedding. We'll wait for them to offer. They back out of the grand wedding? Okay, don't usually do this, but this is supposed to be a grand wedding, so... Where's he at? Over here? So he's the one who controls this, huh? Grand wedding. Now, we actually need to send him some gold for the grand wedding. Two, 3, 4, and 500. So we're going to send him 500 gold for the grand wedding because we know he's not super rich. Here's our army. We caught them. Crushed them. Now we going. He was really putting up a fight. Enforce demands. Disable. What do we have now? We have Crab Eater and Sterold's Fort. Your son and nephew, he's 11. He's not old enough to hold land yet. All right, so we're going to grant to Valyrians. Wait, that's her husband. Why would I want to give that to him? I don't want to give that to him. The grant. Let's see. Okay, they're just gonna do grant to. He's a high Valyrian with dark hair. Whatever, that's fine. Grant titles. You can have all of this. Wait, I don't have the duchy. Now, let's go back and try that again. Grant to title. Very nice. All right, well, we took our first piece north of the wall. I think this is going to be the next thing we do is take all of this. And we can only conquer a duchy. That's unfortunate. I wonder if it's not time for us to switch to diplomacy. Buy artifacts, bloody wedding, embassies. Forced vassalization costs us belly. That's what we want. We will vassalize the world. Yep, we're gonna switch over to this. Diplomacy. What's our prestige look like? 3,800. So our diplomacy is 18. It's fine. So let's get the extra prestige. And we're gonna go for forced vassalization. That's gonna be really big. And we're actually already close. Right, and then King's Landing is being upgraded as well. We're getting pretty good money. That'll continue to go up. I mean, pretty good money. We're getting 46. That's pretty crazy. And declare 30 wars, too few spouses. Yeah, things are looking good. We have our first of the King's Landing models. Look at that. So we are building King's Landing. Our gold will continue to go up. But that is time. So thanks everyone for joining, and I'll see you next time for our next episode. See you then.